Woman, stop ignoring God's warnings. There's a voice that keeps calling you, whispering in the quiet hours of your life. A voice that shakes your heart when the world tries to numb it. But here's the truth, you've been ignoring it. You've been brushing it aside, thinking there's always more time, always another chance, always another day. But that voice isn't just a thought, it's a warning. It's a signal from above, a lifeline being thrown your way before the storm hits. Woman, stop ignoring God's warnings. Stop pretending those red flags are just coincidences. Stop running from the moments where your heart felt convicted, because those moments were mercy in disguise. Life doesn't send alarms for nothing. God doesn't whisper without reason. Every tear, every delay, every door that closed, every person that left, it was a warning, a shield, a sign to wake you up before the fall becomes permanent. You were made for more than this. You were made to rise, to break chains, to stop being blind to the patterns that keep breaking you. Every time you ignore the nudge in your soul, you gamble with your future. You gamble with your peace, and there will come a day where the warnings stop. Not because God gave up on you, but because you chose not to listen. This is your moment to stop making excuses, to stop saying, "I'll change tomorrow." To stop letting the wrong voices lead you while the right one gets silenced. Every second matters. Every choice is either leading you to restoration or destruction. The question is, which one are you choosing? Listen to the inner alarm before it turns into a disaster. There's a voice inside you that doesn't scream, it whispers. It doesn't demand, it warns. That inner alarm isn't just a feeling. It's a sign from above, trying to steer you before your world collapses. But too often, you silence it because the truth is inconvenient. You tell yourself it's not that serious, while the clock keeps ticking. That alarm shows up in moments when something feels off, when your spirit feels heavy, when your peace is interrupted. And yet you scroll past it, drown it in noise, or numb it with distractions. You think because nothing has exploded yet, you're safe. That's the first mistake. Thinking time equals safety. The alarm isn't there to scare you. It's there to prepare you. The pain you feel now is far less than the pain you'll feel later if you ignore it. The warning is a gift, not a curse. But the more you ignore it, the more you train your heart to accept chaos as normal. You know those moments when you lay in bed at night and that thought creeps in. That's the alarm. When you're about to make the same mistake again and your chest tightens. That's the alarm. Don't you dare push it aside just because it's inconvenient. Every great turnaround starts with listening to that alarm. Every disaster starts with ignoring it. Which side do you want to stand on? The one who heard the warning and adjusted, or the one who pretended not to hear and paid the price? Stop waiting for the fall to make you move. Stop waiting for everything to collapse before you finally wake up. Prevention is power. Ignoring is surrender. You don't have to be the victim of a storm when you already heard the thunder. The greatest damage isn't what happens to you. It's what you allowed because you refused to respond. Every ignored warning is a step closer to regret. And regret doesn't ask for permission. It comes in full force, uninvited. When that inner voice speaks, it rarely repeats itself forever. There comes a time when silence follows, and that silence isn't peace, it's consequence. You can't afford that silence. If your gut is unsettled, if your spirit is restless, if the signs keep showing up, that's your rescue line. Take it, don't question it endlessly. Don't overthink what's obvious. Move. Your future depends on your ability to hear what others choose to ignore. That's your edge. That's your difference. The world may laugh now, but they'll ask you how you avoided the storm later. And the answer will be simple. You listened. It's not about fear, it's about wisdom. Wisdom doesn't wait for proof. It responds to patterns. Every downfall had a whisper before it had an explosion. Your life doesn't need another apology to yourself. It needs action. If you feel that alarm right now, this is your signal. Don't go back. Don't numb it. Don't drown it out. Step into obedience before disaster steps into you. Stop justifying what's breaking you. The easiest lie you can tell yourself is, it's not that bad. That's how people stay in pain for years. They justify what's destroying them. They defend what's draining them. And they wonder why nothing changes. Woman, you know it's breaking you. You know it's tearing your soul apart. Stop putting perfume on poison and calling it love, opportunity, or destiny. Every time you justify something toxic, you give it more power, you give it more time, you let it set deeper roots, and once it's rooted, it becomes your prison. You don't even see the bars anymore because you've decorated them with excuses. Excuses sound soft, truth sounds sharp. That's why you avoid it. You tell yourself, he'll change, it will get better. This is just a phase. But deep down, you know that what you're tolerating isn't temporary. It's a cycle. You can't fix what you refuse to confront, and you can't confront what you keep justifying. You were not made to be broken slowly by what you once prayed for. You were made to have the courage to say enough. The longer you explain away your pain, the deeper you dig your own hole. Stop asking people to understand why you stay when your soul is screaming for you to go. Stop calling something your destiny when it's clearly your destruction. Look at your life, look at your peace, look at your sleep, look at your joy. If any of these are being stolen and you keep saying it's complicated, you've already surrendered to the lie. Your heart is not meant to be a courtroom for every excuse that comes knocking. It's meant to be a temple of truth, and the truth doesn't negotiate. It liberates. The hardest moment isn't walking away. It's deciding to stop lying to yourself. Because once you stop justifying, you'll see reality for what it is, and reality will demand action. Just because it's familiar doesn't mean it's right. Just because it's been there long doesn't mean it belongs. Stop confusing history with destiny. You deserve healing, not repeating. You deserve peace, not explanation after explanation. Stop saying maybe tomorrow when your soul is begging for today. If it's breaking you, stop building it. If it's draining you, stop feeding it. Don't be loyal to pain just because you're afraid of change. This is your turning point, not because someone else changed, but because you stopped lying to yourself about what it really is. Red flags are God's mercy, not misfortune. Those red flags you keep seeing, they're not bad luck. They're not punishment. They are protection disguised as disappointment. They are the warning lights that say, stop before you crash. How many times has your heart seen the flag, felt the unease, caught the sign, and still you said, let's see where it goes? That's not faith, that's denial. Every red flag is mercy. Mercy from wasting more years. Mercy from heartbreak you can't recover from easily. Mercy from destruction that wears a smile first. Stop resenting the warnings. Start respecting them. They are proof that you are seen, that heaven is involved, that your story still has guidance in it. You call it bad timing. You call it missed opportunity. You call it bad luck. But later, you call it the best thing that ever happened to me. How many more times must you learn the hard way? Red flags don't come to destroy your hope. They come to redirect it. The sooner you honor them, the quicker your life turns. The problem isn't that the flags aren't there, it's that you keep painting them white to match your fantasy. You were right there meaning to justify your desire. Stop doing that. Let the flag stay red. Let it mean danger. Let it mean pause. Let it mean reconsider. Every red flag ignored becomes a regret remembered. Don't be the person who says, "I saw the signs, but I thought it would be different this time." It rarely is. The most powerful people are not the ones who never get tested. They're the ones who learn to read the signs faster. They know mercy isn't always comfortable, but it's always right. That uneasy feeling, that unanswered prayer, that door that slammed shut, that was a red flag waving over your future, saying, "Not this way." Gratitude will change your perspective. Start thanking God for the no's as much as you thank Him for the yeses. Because the no's saved your life more than once. The red flags are not your enemy. They are your rescue plan. Stop calling mercy misfortune. Discomfort is direction, not punishment. Discomfort is not your enemy. It's your compass. Every time you feel uneasy, restless, or stretched, that's not punishment. It's positioning. Too many women mistake the discomfort for rejection, when in reality it's correction. You ask for growth, then run from the pain that grows you. You pray for change, then resist the process that changes you. Growth isn't warm, it's uncomfortable. It pulls you out of what's familiar and forces you to confront what you'd rather avoid. Stop saying, "Why is this happening to me?" and start saying, "What is this trying to teach me?" Because everything uncomfortable has a purpose. It's either breaking a chain or building a muscle. Pain reveals priorities. Discomfort exposes attachments. When you feel shaken, it's often because you've been standing in a place that can no longer hold your future. And that shaking is your invitation to move. The people who never change are the ones who treat discomfort as punishment. They resent it. They complain about it. They hide from it. And years later, they are still in the same place, only older and more bitter. Stop crying over the process that was sent to prepare you. Stop calling every hardship an attack. Some hardships are rescue missions in disguise. Discomfort is the signal that you're alive. It's the indicator that your spirit hasn't gone numb. If it hurts, it's because something is shifting. That's a good sign. You won't find destiny in the comfort zone. You'll find distraction there. Destiny requires you to leave the place that feels safe and walk through the place that feels uncertain. Stop expecting God to move you into greatness without moving you out of comfort. They are never in the same location. The next time life shakes you, stop asking, "Why me?" and start asking, "What now?" Because the lesson is hidden in that question. And when you answer it with courage, you unlock the door. The women who rise are not the ones who never hurt. They are the ones who never misread their hurt. They understood the pain had a purpose. Your breakthrough often hides behind your most uncomfortable decision. The thing you don't want to face is the thing that frees you. So embrace the discomfort. It is the proof that you're moving. It's the evidence that the season is shifting. Don't waste it by running back to what feels easy. Delayed consequences don't mean you're safe. Just because lightning didn't strike immediately doesn't mean the storm isn't coming. Delayed consequences are still consequences. The seed you plant doesn't bear fruit instantly. It takes time, and so does disobedience. The danger is in the delay. The silence after the wrong choice makes you believe you got away with it. That's how people get trapped. They confuse mercy with approval. Mercy delays the impact. It gives you a chance to change, to turn, to correct course. But if you mistake that mercy for a green light, you will walk deeper into the trap. Woman, how many times have you thought, "Nothing bad happened, so it must be okay"? And then months later you wondered why everything collapsed. That wasn't sudden. It was a harvest of what you ignored. Life doesn't warn twice without reason. If you heard the warning and still went forward, the delay was your second chance, not your safety. Stop gambling with your future just because the bill hasn't arrived yet. Debt always comes due. Emotional, spiritual, financial, or moral, it always comes. Delayed pain is dangerous because it feels like peace at first. But that peace is fake. It's borrowed time, and when the clock runs out, the cost is higher. This isn't fear, it's reality. The patterns don't lie. Every choice compounds, good or bad. You are either building a future or borrowing from it. The enemy of your destiny is not always attack, it's delay. Delay makes you feel comfortable while the ground beneath you is cracking. You want a better future. Respect the warnings today. Don't wait until the damage is irreversible to start listening. Every second you delay repentance, obedience, correction. You're building interest on a debt you will have to pay. So wake up. Don't be fooled by silence. Silence isn't safety. It's space for you to choose wisely before the noise comes. Every closed door is protection in disguise. You cried over that closed door. You begged for it to open. You thought it was rejection, but it was protection. Not every no is a loss. Sometimes it's the shield you couldn't see. Closed doors save you from wrong timing, wrong people, wrong opportunities, wrong paths. You call it heartbreak. Heaven calls it mercy. How many times have you looked back and said, "Thank God that didn't work out"? And yet, when the next door closes, you still panic like you learned nothing. Woman, stop kicking down doors that were locked for your safety. Stop chasing what God already blocked. Closed doors force redirection. They push you where comfort won't. They hurt your ego but save your purpose. The ones who rise are the ones who stop crying at closed doors and start asking, where is the next one? They don't stay in the hallway of self-pity. That man who left, that job you lost, that plan that failed, you think it was destruction, but one day you'll see it was divine intervention. Doors are not random, they are strategic. Some must close for better ones to exist. Stop treating every denial like a personal insult. It's a personal investment in your future. A locked door doesn't mean you're unworthy. It means you're being redirected. You can't walk into the right room if you're obsessed with the wrong one. Every closed door carries a message. Not here, not now, not this way. So, lift your head, wipe your tears, move on. The hallway isn't your home. You can't change what you keep tolerating what you tolerate. You empower. Every time you let something slide that shouldn't, you build its strength and weaken your own. Woman, you can pray for change all day, but if you keep tolerating the same disrespect, same excuses, same toxic cycles, nothing will move. Tolerance is not love, it's slow surrender, and it always ends in resentment. You keep saying, I'll set boundaries next time, but next time never comes because tolerance has already trained everyone around you how to treat you. You are not a victim of what you allow. You are a participant in it. Stop telling yourself they'll respect you when you've given them no reason to believe your limits are real. Boundaries are not walls, they're filters. They protect what's valuable, and your peace, your time, your purpose. They are valuable. You don't need to argue for respect. You need to demand it by no longer entertaining disrespect. Change doesn't start with them. It starts with what you stop tolerating. The moment you stop saying it's okay, everything changes. Your silence has been mistaken for approval. Your patience has been misread as weakness. Stop teaching people that they can wound you without consequence. Toleration isn't kindness when it destroys you. It's self-abandonment. The life you want requires you to stop being polite to your own destruction. Obedience opens the future you've been praying for. You pray for breakthrough. But are you obeying the instructions that lead to it? Every promise has a path, and that path is paved with obedience. Obedience isn't always glamorous. It doesn't always feel exciting, but it builds the life you've been asking for. You can't pray for freedom and still choose the chains. You can't pray for peace and still embrace chaos. Every miracle in history followed an instruction. Every breakthrough followed a decision to align, even when it felt small, even when it felt hard. Obedience is not about perfection, it's about direction. It's about saying, I choose the way that leads to life, even if it's uncomfortable. Stop waiting for signs in the sky when the instructions are already in your heart. Stop saying, God isn't speaking, when the truth is, you're not listening. Obedience is the bridge between your prayer and its answer. You want to see doors open. Start walking the path that keeps them open. The blessings you want are not locked. They are waiting for your alignment. Disobedience delays, obedience accelerates. Stop making it complicated. Stop negotiating with the voice that saves you. Start acting on what you already know to do. Woman, everything you just heard is not noise. It's a call. A call to rise above the patterns that keep you trapped. A call to stop silencing the warnings that are sent to save you. Because life is not going to hand you peace while you keep embracing the chaos. Peace doesn't come from wishing. It comes from choosing. The signs have been there. The alarms have been sounding. The doors have been closing. The red flags have been waving. Not because you are forgotten, but because you are loved too much to be left where you are. The pain was not random. The delay was not empty. The discomfort was not punishment. It was direction. This is the moment where everything shifts, not because the world suddenly gets easier, but because you finally decide to stop ignoring the truth. No more justifying what's breaking you. No more calling danger destiny. No more letting fear make your choices. The woman who rises is the one who listens when it's hard, obeys when it's inconvenient, and moves when everyone else stays still. That's the difference. That's the turning point. And that's what this warning is. A final opportunity before the window closes. So stop waiting for perfect timing. Stop waiting for everyone to understand. Stop waiting for the storm to pass on its own. Take the step. End what needs ending. Begin what needs beginning. Align with the voice you've been trying to silence, because every warning is a form of love. Every alarm is a rescue plan. Every closed door is a shield. And if you listen now, you won't have to rebuild later. Your future is still waiting. Your peace is still possible. But only if you stop ignoring the signals that are screaming. Move now. Choose wisely. Act boldly. This is your chance, not tomorrow, not next season, now.